Practice speaking affirmations over yourself. The more you hear it, the more you believe that it's true.
And welcome to Premier Fitness. I'm Gene Williams, your yoga instructor, and I'm here to tell you about the benefits of yoga.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and joining Where is the Love? I am your host. I am Stephne Hockenhall. Joining me is my son, my co-host, Gene Williams.
Hey.
Hey, son.
How you doing, Ma?
Doing good. I'm ready to get started, ready to share information, ready to educate.
You ready to roll? You ready to roll?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey, everybody. Again, thank you for tuning in to Where is the Love? We are here to share more information with you about bullying versus love. We have more information about the narcissist. Today, we are going to, I won't get ahead of myself. I'm a little excited to share and give this information. So we want to do a recap first. We always do a recap of last week's show. And and you will have to go back to last week's show and get more education. So I'm laughing because our producer is sending messages about us, how we started the show. Cartoon character voices. It was Elmer Fudd and Froghorn, Longhorn bullies. And okay, so Gene, are you ready to share the recap? And while you're sharing the recap from episode 24, I am going to share my screen. And as soon as you're done, if you would share, not my screen, but my Facebook page. As soon as you're done, if you would share your Facebook page.
For sure. All right, so episode 24, we discussed what are narcissistic fleas. So just to give you a little clue, if you missed it, narcissistic fleas is a well-known mental health issue brought about by excessive feeding. Narcissistic feeding. Fleas of narcissism is a psychological phenomenon involving adopting certain narcissistic behaviors as a consequence of being continually abused by someone with a narcissistic personality disorder. If you'd like more information, go back and check out episode 24. Yeah.
Exactly. If you are here, I'm asking you to please share your Facebook pages. And thank you, Beverly, for sharing your page so that other people can view and join in on the conversation. Also, we are on Roku TV and we are on Pod TV. So you can, or we are on Roku and we are on Amazon Fire. I'm slowing down. So you can go to either one of those and search Pod TV, POD TV, all one word, space live, LIVE. And we are on live right now, so you will be able to watch us on TV right now, live. So also, we are on YouTube. We are on YouTube channel, Love Misunderstood Institute. And we are also on live right now on Premier Fitness. Is it 0210, Gene?
Yep.
Okay. So you can go, those are all the places you can watch us live right now, watch this show. I'm still trying to share my screen. I think I got it. Oh, it's trying to get me to share somewhere else too. Facebook has changed so many things. So have to I don't know what I'm clicking on. So thank you again for joining. So today we are talking about narcissistic supply. we have been talking about the narcissist for a while. We have talked about many, many things concerning the narcissist to help you understand what a narcissist is and the things that the narcissist does. Um, so that when you're in those types of relationships, you know exactly what's going on. Um, so today we are sharing about narcissistic supply. So we're giving you some more education to help you understand what the heck they are doing. I've said on many shows, on a few different shows, that as I learned about narcissists, I learned that I have experienced narcissists in my past. I always thought some people were just being mean and hateful, but now I'm learning. I have learned by learning about narcissists that those are narcissistic people. Some of them have narcissistic personality disorders, narcissistic bullies. Um, so, Jean, if you don't mind, did you get to share your? Are you still trying to share? You can't hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Hmm.
So while you try to uh, fix that, um, do you have your earpiece in, Jean? Um, hold on, y'all. Having some technical difficulties here.
Okay, so
You
I'm
have
gonna go out and come back.
okay, that's fine.
Okay, and I come right back in.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and talk about narcissistic supply. It is a pathological or excessive need for attention or admiration for codependent. It does not take into account the feelings, opinions, or preferences of other people. Narcissists will often use a false self that is likable to attract people to them. However, because narcissists are unable to make healthy connections, they tend to target people who are more vulnerable in order to feed their supply. So, toxic individuals must have a source of energy. This energy is called a narcissistic supply. If you're a victim of a narcissist, you feed them with this energy. These individuals cannot survive without draining someone else of a bright and vivacious life.
Man.
Comment?
Yeah, very. Yeah, it's a very parasitic situation. You know, you. I think we said last time for sure. We said, you know, it kind of leaves you a shell of who you were. You know, you
Yes.
begin to give up aspects of yourself that were vital to who you were, and generally speaking, those are the things that attracted them to you.
Yes.
You know, in the first place, and those are the things that they begin to hate. It's interesting.
They are interesting. Along with
Yes,
being
no.
toxic and unhealthy in relationships. So, healthy people can be turned. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm laughing at the next line.
I know.
It's just what I said.
Yeah. Go ahead and read it.
Okay. Healthy people can be turned into shells of their former selves when torn down by those with narcissistic disorder. It's discouraging and tragic to hear stories about these interactions, and it happens more often than you might think.
Yeah.
So you want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
All right. So the next portion we're going to talk about the toxic person. So the person that you thought was amazing and perfect has suddenly turned into a nightmare, and you feel trapped. They do and say anything to make you think you cannot dissolve the relationship. People with narcissistic personality disorder thrive off of making you feel intimidated. Practice standing up for yourself. Stand up and say no. then refuse their demands, remember who you are, and ignore their insults. You may notice a change in how fierce and scary they are. They will no longer be giants, but will slowly shrink back to human size, forced to work on themselves.
You
So,
want to add something?
um, yeah, I mean, just everything's, it starts off, a beautiful thing. They reel you in with with love, and you automatically think that this person really cares for me, and then you find out over time, the person don't doesn't care about me. Their
Right.
goal is to control and manipulate, and feed off of someone else's energy, and to bring that person down to their level so they're easy to control and manipulate.
Right.
And it's just man, it's a demoralizing experience. You question who you are. That's one of the biggest things. You end up questioning who you are. They make you feel inadequate for things that you love about you and that are good things, but then they make you question that as well. So it's a I'm gonna use the nice word. It's a mind screw. It's a
Thank,
mind screw.
thank you for using the nice words. So I want to add something. So when you see me, uh, this is not what I was going to add, but I want to explain to people that may watch these videos. When you, if you see me smile when we're reading something that is not something to smile about or something to be happy about, it's because of some, conversations that Gene and I have had. And so I know sometimes about where he's going, or it brings back a memory of something that he has said to me. And so I understand exactly. And so I just smile because I'm wondering if he's going to share that information, or, like I said, remembering he has come a long way. I want to say that he has come a very long way. We have, specifically him, because he's the one that's truly involved, and has had the most experience with the narcissist between the two of us. Um, so it's not that I'm laughing at the situation or smiling at the situation, but just thankful and grateful that he's in a much better place mind wise, and that he can talk about the situations without hurting. He
Yeah,
has healed and he's still healing. So that's why I smile sometimes, because I'm like, wow, he's really healing. He's really a whole lot better.
yeah.
So you want to add something?
No, but I do want to reiterate though, seriously, I mean, this is in any relationship, you definitely have to stand up for yourself.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
and with a narcissist, it's imperative. If you do not, you give them an inch and they take a mile
Yeah,
every time.
yeah,
Like they have no F's to give about you, your feelings, and no one else's. Everything is a goal to
about
get,
him.
a certain outcome.
Yeah,
Um, and you have to stand up for yourself, and stand firm on your boundaries.
yes,
Stand firm on. They're gonna say you're being mean or being, unreasonable. Be that.
yeah,
Be that.
yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
that then. That's fine with me. You
yeah,
think I'm unreasonable because I have boundaries? That's fine.
yeah.
Still, get these boundaries, partner.
Right,
You gonna get
exactly.
these boundaries.
Because I'm sure giving them,
Yeah, no. And I
and
ain't
I'm
backing down.
right, and I was getting ready to say, and I'm sticking to them.
Right.
So,
That's my
oh,
story, and I'm sticking to
right, exactly.
it.
So, you read they will no longer be giants, but will slowly shrink down to human size, forced to work
Right.
on themselves. Listen,
Yes.
that's
Yep.
what bullies appear to be to us. When
Right.
people are bullying us, no matter what they're doing, while we're being bullied, that thing that they're doing to us and the things that they're saying to us is like giants to us. We're so afraid of this giant, looking up to this giant, and where do I go? This giant is going to hurt me. So I wanted to say that because that's how we feel, when we're being bullied by others, as if they're giants. You want to add something else?
Yeah. No, just to reiterate what you were saying, definitely bring them down to normal size. Understand that they are not as powerful as you think they are in that moment.
Yeah.
Just be, and even if you see them as a monster, attack them like a dragon, but obviously with love.
Right.
But approach the situation with all of the strength that you have at your core.
Yeah.
Because man, again, you will become a shell of yourself, and it won't be pretty. And you'll look back and, where did I lose me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you'll be totally some other person that you don't like at all.
Yep. I was gonna say something about the giant that you said. When you said bring them down to size, by Gene saying bring them down to size, meaning speak up to them. So look up to the giant and speak up to the giant.
Right.
So it's not literally a giant, but that's what we feel like. So if you don't speak up, they will continue. And when you speak up, you cannot not like the Jolly Green Giant, Mark said. He hated that commercial.
Right.
But if you don't speak up to them, they will continue their behavior toward you. They will continue bullying you. When you speak up to them, that gets their attention and let them know, hey, I'm not putting up with this. You can't just treat me any kind of way. And also, I lost my train of thought. But it lets them know that they can't just talk to you or treat you any kind of way. This is not happening. That's what I was going to say. If you cry or whine or yell at them or say it in a soft voice, leave me alone, or why are you messing with me? Those things will get them to treat you worse, because then they're like, oh, they're scared. So there is, I'll call it right now, a happy medium or a balance, and speaking up to them. So just want to encourage you right now, in order to gain strength and courage to speak up to the bully, you have to encourage yourself by doing whatever brings you peace. If it's listening to running water and birds chirping while you think and meditate and pray, that's something that will help you and empower you to be able to speak up to the bully. That's just an example. So you have to find things, affirmations, saying them out loud and speaking them. The more you speak them out loud, the more you will believe them, and the more strength they will give you. So those are just a few examples. Gina's a yoga instructor, so doing yoga and meditating, those are things that help you to gain strength and courage to be able to speak to the bully or to the narcissist, as we're talking right now about the narcissist. Those are things that will help you. So that will help you go to them and approach them in the right way so that they don't keep attacking you. So hopefully that helps.
Right. Yeah. And I do also want to reiterate that you have to speak up to them. If you don't, and you said this, but the treatment will get worse.
Yeah.
Like over time, because I think we talked about it before. I believe this is a Zora Neale Hurston quote. She said, if you don't speak up, then they'll say, they'll kill you and say that you enjoyed it, or something like that. Something along those lines. So yeah, it's mandatory that you set those boundaries, stand firm to them, speak up to them, and don't let them see you lose your temper as much as you want to. Don't do it. That is like it's narcissistic supply.
Yes.
They see you're exerting energy in an uncontrolled manner, and they love it. They love
Yep.
to see you squirm.
Yes. Yep.
They love to see you squirm.
And as we talk about the narcissistic supply, narcissistic feed, same thing, you'll see that what Jean just said is true. So our producer said, going back to the encouraging and empowering yourself, he says, looking at the butterflies and nature and rabbits can help you relax and get past the craziness.
Oh yeah.
Though the rabbits and deers might think us humans are bullies, taking their land and overgrowing their homes. So now did you want to add something else, Jean?
No.
You want to do the next part?
Yeah. Shoot. Okay. There we go. All right. So next, we're going to discuss the narcissist insatiable needs. Narcissists hunger to have their needs met. If you're in a close relationship with a narcissist, they expect you to supply them. To a narcissist, survival is like being a drug addict. They crave recognition and have an insatiable need to be admired. They also crave drama.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
and will turn it back on you and say that you love drama when you respond.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They just want you to take what they're given. They don't want you to respond or react. And when you do, they feed off of that. It's like, that's a drug. Yes. I'm gonna do that some more because that really got them mad. That really got them riled up.
I'm gonna keep poking at them this way.
Yeah.
Because that got a reaction out of them. I'm gonna say this because I know that's gonna make them mad. I'm gonna do this.
Yep. Yep.
Make you wanna lay hands on somebody. Maybe pray for their soul. Because Lord, I'm about to take them out.
You
about
are
to choke life out of them, Lord. Lord, be a restraining order on me, Lord Jesus.
Oh shoot, Jean, you're a mess. It has been observed that narcissists suffer from profound alienation, emptiness, powerlessness, and lack of meaning. Narcissists' deficient self and inner resources make them dependent on other people to affirm their impaired self-esteem and fragile ego. Other people are used as objects in order to provide their supply. They only validate themselves as reflected in the eyes of others. Despite their facade of confidence, boasting, and self-flattery, they crave attention, respect, and constant admiration and actually fear that they're undesirable. They need people to feed them. Feed me with admiration and feed me with compliments and feed me with the good things. I gotta have that from you. That's my supply. That's my feed. That's my drug.
Right.
Y'all.
Yeah. But I do want to make it clear though, is that we all desire that. The at the point though, when it's you want that and you're not willing to return that, that's when it's that's a problem. And then when it's a constant with you, like that's how you operate with no concern and no feeling for other people, no concern about them getting return what you give, no recompense or no reciprocity, then that's where it becomes a disorder.
Yeah. Jean, what is the movie Mark said? So they are like that horror plant. Feed me, Seymour.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh yeah.
Feed me, Seymour.
That's how the narcissists are.
Yes.
Feed me, give me my drug. I need it. I gotta have it.
Right. Jimmy, come on. Right here. Right here.
with the needle.
Exactly.
Give me the drugs. You so doggone silly. That's how the drug make them feel. Now I can
Mhm.
relax. Now I can chill.
Right. I got what I need.
Yep.
Thank you.
So you want to do the next part, or you have another comment?
No, I was gonna say something silly. I'm gonna chill out though.
Now say something
Who
funny.
me?
We
I'm silly. I'm crazy. Me?
we need to laugh.
Okay. I do admit it that I'm crazy. That's how you live. That's how you live through this stuff, man. You gotta laugh at it.
You do.
Tell you.
You do, because if you don't, you will be depressed all the time. You will be sad all the time, which we were a lot. And it was just horrible. We were miserable because we were being bullied. We didn't know how to deal with it. Being treated bad by narcissists. We just didn't know how to deal with it. First of all, we didn't know what the heck it was, what the heck was going on, in these relationships with, and I'm talking about with people in general. It's not just intimate relationships, it's with people in general. When they're being mean to you and you're trying to figure out, what did I do to them? Why are they treating me so bad? Those kind of things make you miserable and have you upset and anxious and angry, because you can't figure out why they treating you so bad, and can do all kind of negative effects on your body, high blood pressure, anxiety, all kinds of things. all kind You gonna hit your head on the phone.
No, man. Yes, Lord. I was gonna say, personal experience, I started to have panic attacks every time that I know I was going around certain people. And I had to have so at one time, my clients would pick me up and we go to the gym and we work out and then they drive me back. They had to drive me around the block a few times for me to just okay, I know I gotta do this. I gotta be here. Just breathe.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me. I mean, it was rough. It was rough. It literally, having anxiety issues. My heart was palpitating, sweating and stuff. It was insane. And then that person was like, when I brought it up, you had panic attacks again. Whatever. That was the attitude. Whatever.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm really
okay,
having
so
panic
you
attacks.
just don't care at all. You just okay. Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. It was like the light finally came on. Ding!
Yeah.
They don't care, though.
Yeah.
What's up? They don't care, though.
So doggone silly. They don't care. They don't care. You getting all upset and excited about nothing because you telling them and they still ain't worried about. They ain't worried about change and they ain't about to change. That's on you. What? That's on you, dog. You the one going through, not me.
Right. And that's when you got to realize, like, yo, how is this benefiting me? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I'm acting out of character, having anxiety issues, and, man, just feeling trapped.
Yeah.
And, again, and after a while, it's like you've been there so long, they just, it's like, they'll find ways. They're going to find ways. It's like a squid. They find a little crack. They up in there. They going to find it on you. They going to find, hey, I found it.
Stop looking like that. You're so doggone silly.
And soon.
But y'all, somebody, I don't even remember who it was. Somebody made, oh, I remember now. I won't say it here though. But somebody just said something to me in the last day or so about being a yoga instructor and you being, physically fit and all of that and being, how did they say it? Not a quiet person, but a gentle person. Uh,
Mm,
like not even imagining you uh going through what you went through. How could that happen with the kind of person that he is?
yeah.
It was what you sharing your story at the event is where it was.
You say it
At the
again.
event, at the
Okay.
yeah, at the event, it's like you look at you and you're
Right.
like, how could he went through that? Really, he was, went through a bad experience with the narcissist, you know. So, looks are deceiving. People, we all go through stuff. We all experience bad
Right.
stuff. And the thing that excites me and makes me so uh happy is because again, because you're out of it, and the main thing is because you're healing. You've
Yeah.
healed so much from
Yeah.
this time last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, you've grown a lot. And
Yeah.
looking at you now. So Mark said they saw you as a gentle giant. There are some football players and others who have been bullied. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
whole lot of people that's big, that's being bullied. I mean, just because
Right.
you're big or just because you're built or just because you're muscular does not
Right.
mean you don't get bullied or treated bad. So anyway, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. And so, so, all right. Um, we don't talk often about the culture where, we talk about women being abused a lot in
Yeah,
relationships. We don't talk often about men being abused in those relationships.
right.
And actually, this person said, um, I mean, the person didn't say it straight out, but it was like a roundabout way that they let me know that the reason why they would do this because they know that I'm big and strong, and anything that I do, I'm going to jail off top. So like, I'm not even. So you gonna hit me constantly and call me all out my name and say all types of degrading and jacked up stuff,
Yeah,
and then there, and like, if you touch me, you going to jail. But you hit me. You hit me 13 times.
yeah.
Okay.
That just
So
really shows the sick mind of a
right.
person to
Yeah.
do that.
Right. When they think out, like, okay, I know if I do this, then they can't do anything back. It's their size, you know. And then, if we call the cops, they gonna take you to jail. I mean, and that's a fact.
Yeah,
It's a fact. It's automatic that the man is gonna go to jail
yeah.
unless he can prove that the woman is, whew, boy, oh, it's rugged out here, man. I'm telling you, man. Woo, boy.
I
Woo,
talked
boy.
to
I feel it.
I talked to a friend not too long ago that was telling me about um, his daughter, hitting her husband, and how he called the father and said, are you on your way here? I didn't hit her, she hit me. And then the father was talking about what he was going to do, and I said that's not right. I said
Right.
she need to get herself together. You don't It's not cool for her to be hitting him and then for her to threaten, my daddy is going to come,
Mhm.
and take care of you. That's not right. People do stuff like that. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you? So let's go on with the show because that kind of stuff just irritates the crap out of me. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It is not okay for somebody to put their hands on you and then dare you to hit them back because I'm gonna call the cops or I'm gonna call the daddy, my daddy on you. What in the
Right.
world? And then when they get involved and they're just responding to what the daughter said without even knowing the whole situation,
And not being mature enough to ask questions.
right. I'm just gonna jump on you and get, you know, on your behind. That ain't quite what I wanted to say, but you know, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is
Real life. I
that's
know.
the triangulation stuff right there, you know. And
Yeah.
then you have people, you oh boy, I'm trying to figure out a nice way to say all this stuff. Um uh yeah, so you have you understand, like in a situation like that, you understand the desire to protect your child. But it's also important that if you're bringing yourself into a situation, instead of escalating it by being emotional and long-headed, um, you involve yourself by asking questions.
Yes.
Separate the two people. Ask questions. Get the truth from both sides. Let them both be heard out. And
Actually.
then, you know, that's that's conflict resolution 101. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Now, if the person did hit them for no reason, then you go upside the head. But
Yeah.
if they didn't, then you listen. There are ways. Like mature adults talk things out. Like
Right.
that's why we have intelligence as a species. You have the ability to take information, mull it over in your head, regurgitate facts, and come to a consensus. How about we just be evolved enough to do that
Yeah.
instead of just acting? Like it is really disturbing how. And I think we talked about this before, but wisdom does not come with age. Like for me, that is a huge misnomer, and also it's just not factual. There are
Right.
a lot of old fools out there,
Yeah.
and a lot of young wise men and women out there as
Yeah.
well. It's all about being able to um, take experience and information, again, process it through your mind, and use that information effectively.
Yeah.
That's wisdom.
Yeah.
You can get that. You can get that at any age.
Right.
Just because you're older does not make you wise. Please stop that mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. That's jacked up, to say the least, and to say it nicely. But that's just because uh, people are ignorant, and ignorance simply means they are without knowledge about whatever it is. Um, Mark said, yes, there are some old idiots out there. That is very true.
Bruh.
So, narcissists' early losses, emptiness, and needs are so great and painful that when not fulfilled, they mentally disintegrate. Did y'all hear that? They mentally disintegrate. So, their need for supply is never ending. They require continuous reassurance from those around them. But like a parasite, no matter how much you give, it's never enough to fill their emptiness and satisfy their hunger. Their need is constant and relentless. Narcissists exploit and drain those around them. Go ahead, Gene.
Yeah. It's always like a pity party or something like that. It's like they have ways. It's like they're high, they're good one day, but and then they're depressed about everything for months on end. But I don't know. It's insane. And any person like that, like everybody needs therapy. We talk about this every time.
Yeah.
Everybody needs therapy. I think every single person in the world. We have some sort of PTSD. So, having the tools to help yourself through that is much needed. That's why a lot of things go wrong in this society. But
Yeah.
when you're to the point where you don't want to get the help,
Right.
like you are not only draining the person that you're directly with, but everyone around them because they're affected by, the energy that you pull from the people that's around this. You take so much. And it's just
Yeah.
like we're supposed to be here doing the work, you know. Just do your work. Do your
Yeah.
shadow work. Do your inner work. You know, own your stuff. Be able to look in the mirror at yourself and be proud of what you've done, and who you are every day. And when you're not proud of it, check yourself on it and make changes.
Yeah.
We all have the ability to make change. And it has to be a constant effort. It has to be a consistent effort. It has to be conscious.
Yeah.
So
And for those people that say that I'm just doing me, I ain't hurting nobody, you are hurting people. You hurt people that are around you, people that, like Jean just said, that energy. You give out that energy, that negative energy, the bad vibes, you give that off to other people, and it does affect other people. So if you doing you is negatively affecting everybody around you and yourself, it's not really benefiting you and helping you, then it's affecting you too. You just don't
mhm.
want to admit it, and like you said, just don't want to get help. So, and there is help. 988, the mental health hotline. 988, the mental health hotline, and the suicide prevention hotline. 988. So, you want to add something else? If you feel drained and resentful, you're probably not getting your needs met and need to evaluate why and whether you have to set boundaries. You want to add something?
Yeah, I mean that's a what do you say, a result, that feeling drained, and resentful. Yeah, I got that personally. I know exactly what that feels like. And not only are you, mad and resentful at them, but you're mad at yourself
Yes.
because it's your fault. I mean, let's just keep it honest. It's your
Mm-hmm.
fault because you chose to allow this to happen.
Yep.
We have to take personal responsibility
Yep.
for the things that transpire in our lives. Everything that transpires in one way or another, if it's negative, you have to own it. Negative or positive, you have to own it as your own. You know, I know that's radical, but you have to own it, and that from that point, when you recognize that you created it, then you can do just the opposite. You can create exactly what you do want. Everything is trial and error, but you gotta own that you've chosen this. You've allowed this to happen,
Yeah.
and then make the changes.
Right.
The first step to recovery is admitting.
Admitting.
You
Yeah.
got to admit that you have a problem.
Yeah. Pamela said, "What is the happy pill for a narc?"
The happy pill.
Yeah, for a narc.
Oh, you getting mad? They do something, and um, boy, they have so many different ways of getting that happy pill for them. They create drama out of nothing, or take something that's small and turn them anthill into a mountain.
Yeah.
You know, uh, Blow something out of proportion. It gets you angry and acting out of character. They love that. Because then they get to play the victim. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, he's so mean to me. I mean that victim role, they play it well.
Yeah.
Create drama and then go cry about the drama that transpired just to get more attention. It's like they're
Right.
creating their flying monkey army,
Right.
and that's a constant supply of people feeling sorry for them.
Yeah.
One particular person that you know very well, uh, in the community here, in the art community, they call her "Woe is me." When I heard that, I was like, "What?" Hilarious. Hilarious. Always posting stuff on social media, you know, basically like crying about their life to get sympathy.
Yeah.
So it's hilarious.
So Pam, I don't know if you were here in the beginning when we first started talking about the narcissistic supply. It's like it's a drug to them, you know, to feed off of people, to feed off of, to make people feel bad and to feed off of it. That gives me energy. That's I need that. You know, it's my drug. You know, I gotta have it, you know, shooting up. I gotta have it. So whatever it is that beats the victim down, insults them, makes them feel horrible. Those are the kind of things that me attacking them, making them
Right.
feel depressed. Those kind of things are the happy pill for the
Right.
narc. Um, those and when Gene said supply, that's what he was talking about. So you know that's one way to look at it. Whatever it is that makes the victim feel bad, feel horrible, that's my drug. That's the
Right.
narcissistic person's drug. That's
Make them
what gets
question
them
themselves.
high. That's what feeds them. That's their supply. So hopefully that answered the question. You want to add something, Gene?
Yeah, I was gonna say anything that makes them question themselves, you know, the victim, the true victim.
Yeah.
Um,
Gaslighting, same thing.
yes, triangulation, you know, any again, anything that makes them, even with all of the things that they do, anything that makes them or their narrative um, look good
Yeah.
in the eyes of other people because they're about a show.
Image.
You
Yep.
know, they're
Image
very
driven.
hollow on the inside, so they always want to show out, you know, to the world, but
Yep.
they're empty on the inside.
Yep.
They're
Image
trying to fill
driven.
up on your energy and the energy of others.
Right.
So the perfect term for this in occult science, they call them energy vampires.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
Yeah,
And the vampires are hollow inside,
yeah,
dead on the inside.
yeah.
Excuse me. So you want to add something else or do the next part?
I'm gonna do the next part. All right. Narcissists manipulate and try to control what others think in order to feel better about themselves. Again, so I mean, you know, they manipulate the narrative so that you can, you know, look at them in a way that they want, as that they created. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you refuse to provide them what they need, what they want to need, they resort to their secondary needs, aggression, which is narcissistic abuse. They go on the offensive, attack and belittle you. By discounting you in their eyes, their self-image is elevated. In relationships, they can become sadistic. As their abuse escalates, their partners and coworkers become passive and submissive to avoid coming under attack and maintain the relationship, walking on eggshells. By assuming a submissive role, you establish an unhealthy dynamic in relationships with the narcissist. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They will do anything and say anything that makes you feel less of who you are.
Yep. And to make them feel bigger and better than who they really are, because
Right.
it's all about their image. So now we want to talk about, give you some signs of narcissistic supply. Foggy thinking. But this is number one. We're going to give you 8 signs. So number one is brain fog. Um, brain fog, well, it's foggy thinking, but brain fog can be a sure sign that you're being controlled by an outer source. When you deal with questionable people or those who have obvious serious issues, you can become confused, unable to focus, and if you're in a relationship, you can no longer understand the healthy aspects of the union. there is just no clear thought about much of anything. That's foggy thinking.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Gene, go ahead with number two.
All right, number two. Sign number two is depression. Depression comes from many sources, some unknown, but depression can also be a narcissistic supply built by the toxic person themselves. Over time, those with this disorder can tear down identities and steal them for their own, causing severe depression in the victim of the narcissist. It usually starts with the toxic friend or relationship partner noticing you're doing something you enjoy and asking you to stop and spend time with them. Many times you relent and do this, so over time you just stop doing the things you used to enjoy. Yes,
So share, go ahead and share. That's why I'm laughing, y'all, because Gene
yeah,
has had this experience as well.
right. Yeah, so one of the tricks that they use to isolate you, which definitely causes depression, is that they start by kind of picking at one friend or another. Oh, I don't like him. I don't like her. I don't think you should be around them. And when you do go around, they act stank. And I said stank. When you come back. So it's like, so you don't have to deal with that over and over again. You start to pull away from certain people.
Yeah,
Next thing you know, you ain't doing nothing but being up under them, and then they don't want you.
right.
Like, dude. Anyway, let's keep going.
So falling into addictions. If someone is draining you mentally, you sometimes turn to one addiction or the other. It could be alcohol, drugs, or many other types of addictions that start to move into your life. You usually do this in response to the narcissistic supply that's being pulled from your being. Giving in to addictions help you stay semi-sane and give your life a fake meaning. Addictions are bad, but when you're being abused in this manner, these addictions serve as a way to escape. So one of the
Lord,
things
say that, Lord.
so
Say
one
it.
of the things I say about falling into addictions when you're experiencing hard times or in this case a narcissist um, is that you find things to pacify yourself.
Right.
So whatever that is that pacifies you temporarily to take away the pain or to take away the thoughts, those are things that you do. And AKA addictions, still the same thing. You found a way to pacify and to cover up the pain temporarily. And sometimes, if it's drugs, you may, start out by, I just need this to calm me down. I just need this to, I'll just say to calm me down. So before you know it, you've done that so many times and now you're addicted, to whatever it is. But, and so just say it's getting high. So then you're constantly getting high and so then you just, that's the state of mind that you're constantly in because you are constantly getting attacked, for example, by this narcissist and constantly feeding them. And I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know how to stop feeding them. They just keep taking from me and taking from me. And now I'm depleted. I don't have nothing else to give, So I just wanted to add that. You want to add something to it?
Man. So I was gonna be completely honest. Yeah, I ended up going that route. Ended up started to drink a lot, like ridiculous amounts, because of this, and that was my go-to. Things started to go left with this particular person, and I'm just turning up bottles, to the point where I'm waking up not remembering what happened the night before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just any situation that you're in that makes you feel like that stressed out, you need to reevaluate. like on a deep level. So,
Yeah.
and
Pam said I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I also fell into it several deep depressions, but I didn't. Another thing is I didn't realize for so long that I was depressed. I guess I don't. I guess I can say I really didn't even feel comfortable feeling. You know what I mean? At the time, just trying to make it one day at a time, one
Yeah.
eggshell behind the other.
Yeah. Pamela said you have to know God. And so for me, having a relationship with God, He's my go-to. Everybody has their go-to, but in all my experiences, bullying experiences and horrible life experiences, me having a relationship with God was life to me. That's what gave me life. I don't, I've drank in the past, I've smoked in the past, and I didn't really like none of that stuff. So, and then to have instruction smoking, I know I didn't need to have that. And then I'm in my 40s, and my mama saying, "What you doing with that drink in your hand? You ain't, So I mean, the stuff just wasn't for me. So everybody has their thing that they go to, and I love reading the Bible, and I love learning from the Bible, and I love seeing my life situations unfold through studying the scriptures. So, yeah, Pam, you're right. Um, knowing God was the best thing and has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. And although I don't have some relationships that I would love to have, um, I can, I find peace in those not having those relationships, because I understand that we all have a choice, we all have our journey, we all go our way, and we make a choice as to what we accept and what we experience. And it took many years for me to get to this place, but I am here. uh, and we have some more to share about um, the narcissist. We're not gonna. Maybe we can cover them real quick. Gene, you want to do the anxiety, or you want to stop
Yeah,
here? Go
yeah.
ahead.
I think we can get the rest of them done
Okay.
real quick. All right. So number 4 is anxiety. Another sign that you or someone you know could be a narcissistic supply is the presence of anxiety.
Mm,
hmm Whether you're having full blown panic attacks or just on the edge at all times, it will be obvious that something is wrong. Of
yeah,
course, the one with the narcissistic personality disorder will blame it all on your mental illness.
it's all your fault. Why you just don't
And
do what I want you to do?
right, so you crazy because you speak up,
Right.
and none of the damage to their abusive behavior. Oh, no, yeah, none of the damage due to their abusive behavior. Those who know Those with anxiety should be scrutinized to see if there's a puppeteer behind them pulling their string.
Yep. You need to check on the person that is experiencing anxiety to see, is somebody pulling your strings? Is somebody basically is a narcissist feeding off of you? Are
Right,
you supplying a narcissist? What's going on? So to check on them,
right.
scrutinize.
Blink twice if you're okay.
Now we out of time.
So can we just do this? I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want to give the
Okay.
last uh, 4 steps. I mean 4
Okay.
signs.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So number 5 is too giving. If they realize that you have poor boundaries, they'll use you for it. Any vulnerability is a tool for them.
Yep.
A decreased self-esteem. If you begin to realize that your self-esteem is dropping, I guarantee you it's due to a narcissistic person in your life
Yeah.
or people. Gaslighting is always involved. A narcissist is notorious for switching their issues onto other people or displacing, especially their relationship partners. We'll go into that later. Also, if you're triggered easily, they know how to use that against you.
Yep.
They'll take your childhood traumas and anything like that and use it against you. Boy, boy, boy.
Yep.
Mm.
They know exactly what to do.
What buttons to
So,
push.
yep. So we have covered um, information about narcissistic supply. We encourage you to look it up, educate yourself about it, so that you are making sure that you are not supplying a narcissist with their feed, with their supply, with their drug. Um, Make sure you stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself, and be firm about it, without tears and without anger and without showing frustration, because they feed off of that and they will continue. So I hope we have the information that we have shared has been helpful. It has definitely been helpful to me to learn this information, to know what to look for, and to know what to expect. The more I learn about the narcissist, the better off I am. Jean, you want to add something?
Um, mm, just again, when you see the red flags, speak up about them. Stand firm on your boundaries. Um, and always make time to learn you.
Yeah.
Like regardless of what relationship you're in, always it's beautiful to see people who are in a relationship who still have their own lives. They're developing as an individual because then that brings a you it brings a better person to the relationship. So both parties are constantly getting better. They come together and bring, you know, the beauty of what they created separately to the collective
Yeah.
love. So it's a beautiful
Right.
thing.
Yeah. So thank you for joining our show. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for joining in on the conversation and the discussion. We send you love. What love? I don't know. Love from peace. Love, peace. And I mean, I do, but I didn't do it right. So y'all take care. Bye for now. See you next time. We will still we have some other information to share about the narcissist to help you understand more about them. Take care. Bye for now. Have a good day.